We are going into Sanctum here on Nepal. Team Invicta up 1-0 as they manage to take Village.
Seems like both teams are running Ride Zarya. A lot more brawly on a boopable point. It's pretty interesting to see.
Oh, and Demented Yak drawing first blood, getting 2 kills right out of the gate. XLT following up with 1. And it is going to be Torb's Hammer getting first control started for us here in Sanctum.
Especially on a map like this, all the Village is just such a huge component to holding any control map.
Well, and the first capture, you know, getting this positional advantage, I believe it's a 65% win rate if you get the first control on a capture point, and I feel like this map, it's got to be even higher. Holding this choke can be so brutal.
I know, there's just so many ways you could really go in, and then just always that high ground pressure. So in brawling comps, heroes like McCree, and even like Widowmaker and Ashe, just such a nuisance when you have to split your team up in a brawl comp.
Well, and Invicta's not much in the old bank just yet. They're going to drop in through the hole down the side by Mega. And Super goes in swinging, finds the dome of Aeon. They're going to send that main tank back. They lost PogChamp, but they managed to get their Doomfist back in battle. And Invicta's got their feet planted on this point.
Of all things, the Torb turret is popping off, picks off the Mercy.
And he throws his Molten Core onto the point. JFK on this Torb. He keeps Invicta off. He says, "This is my point. I go with my Molten Core, and you get off of my point."
Oh, man.
Torb's Hammer maintaining control.
Even the turret can pop off. 100% accuracy, never misses.
Never
misses.
Really
take some notes.
All right, well, Invicta coming back. They're still wanting in the ult bank. They are coming up on a couple of those tank ultimates. We will get Grav and Earthshatter coming out here before too long. That Meteor Strike coming online as we speak. PogChamp taking out the 7th man of Torb's Hammer over there, namely Torb's turret.
We might see if they get too aggressive. We might see a High Noon go off if they get too aggressive.
Well, he does get that nice pickle, make that 2 picks. As QZ cleaning off that flank. And he's got open shooting ground going on here. Aeon wins the main tank battle, falls up with a nice fire strike, takes Salty Irishman off the playing field. And with 97%, Torb's Hammer in full control. Meteor Strike going to get used just to get that overtime started, and QZ drops him with the solo Deadeye. Graviton Surge coming out.
There's no follow-up.
No follow-up indeed. Oh, here comes PogChamp trying to make something happen. Oh, he gets popped off.
The turret gets another kill on the Mercy. It's 2 for 2.
Mercy has themselves a rival out there in the name of that Torb turret.
Oh, man. Now we got a game on our hands.
Indeed, indeed. Torb's Hammer was just waiting for the spotlight here. They couldn't play without the screen share on. Their world was black.
Seems Torb's Hammer is now pulling out their own sim strat. Oh, we go sim for sim.
I'm disappointed they're foregoing their namesake in that Torbjorn.
Sim's just got such a bigger presence on this point, though. CQB, they're both teams going to try to take this point right away because they have the sim with the Lucio. Although, actually, Invicta doesn't have a Lucio, so they're going to get beat to this point.
Well, and Invicta decided to loop around through the high ground, kind of taking the alt flank route. So now they're positioned up top, but Torb's Hammer does have that positional advantage as they have control of the objective. They got those turrets planted as well.
And instant payout as a dude that just gets absolutely melted.
Yeah,
honestly,
2-man
no
advantage.
chance for him to do anything.
They are going to get the res onto that Moira, so they are back up to 5. They got that healing back in there, but Torb's Hammer getting aggressive. They're going to push forward. Oh, yeah, the Lucio and the Moira. They pay for that aggression dearly. PogChamp on that Symmetra coming through.
Damn. That's the #1 rule about a sim strat. You have to play with the turrets. Otherwise, there's a very high chance you just get absolutely punished.
Well, in our little pre-match interviews, PogChamp was telling me Genji is his favorite character. So this is a stark contrast here, coming up with something very different on this Symmetra. Although it wouldn't hurt my feelings to see the Ironclad Ninja out here as well.
Oh yeah, it's always good to see him Genji around, especially the past 18 months has not been very nice to him.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Well, look, JFK opening things up, drawing first blood's going to take Made in China out. No more Somber standing for Invicta here. Oh, and then QZ coming in from the opposite side, finds a good flank, little help from JFK. They take down 2 more. And Torb's Hammer should be getting this thing flipped right back over. They're going to go ahead and invest a late Coalescence. I'm not sure how advised that was, but, you know, they build Coalescence so fast.
I think it was Coalescence for Coalescence. I don't know what happened. The Moira got stunned out of hers on Invicta's side. I don't know what hit her, though. Something knocked her out of it.
I mean, either a flashbang or perhaps a punch coming from that Doomfist.
Maybe.
Speaking of, we got a hack going on to the Moira in the back line. XTL trying to make something happen, trying to build up more towards that EMP. I'm sorry, Made China trying to build up towards that EMP, rather.
Yeah. Hammer doesn't have the sim anymore, which means if Invicta can take control,
Well, they ran
really
in.
good advantage.
They dropped
got
that
the 3-man
proton
shatter
barrier.
on the front line, but they see that the point off the grab.
Oh, very nice. The 4C9. Invicta able to get that control back, despite not being much follow-up to that Graviton. But now it's a slugfest, back and forth, back and forth. QZ coming up with the advantage there. We're going to go ahead and get Primal Rage invested as well. And Torb's Hammer is going to be cleaning this thing right back up, getting it flipped right back over. But man, what a back and forth. Almost dead even there in the control percentage.
Even off the positional advantage off that wonderfully placed grab, it's still brought it back immediately. Even with the absence of their main tank. Well, one of their main tanks, I should say. They are running a double barrier style setup. One that's not really often seen, for the most part.
Yeah, you don't get a whole lot of Winston Reinhardt. We do get Maiden China coming in with this EMP. EMP's down, finds 4. JFK's going to drop that from the other side, try to counter back, but they lose that Winston. So one of those 2 main tanks down. There goes the other. No more tanks standing here for Torb's Hammer. QZ able to answer back. Does get the kill onto that Mercy.
Both support ults invested on a losing fight. That's going to hurt in the long run.
Yeah, I think it's a bit ill-advised, as now Torb's Hammer's going to have nothing left to come back and attack this with. They will get that Meteor Strike coming online, but that is going to be about it. Good news for them, Invicta doesn't have a whole lot in their ult bank either. Just that Earth Shatter online as we speak.
With 2 barriers, it should be difficult for a good Shatter to go off if he doesn't place himself in a proper position or just tries to catch him off guard in general.
Invicta does have time on their side as he's going to force Torb's Hammer to come in, and that Shatter does come out, find several members, but he gets stunned out of it before he's able to follow up. PogChamp there to find the kill onto that Winston. So Torb's Hammer is down a man already as the overtime wick is starting to burn here on our first map of our Tier 3 Captains game. PogChamp going in with those shotguns, drops the Death Blossom, finds 2. Meteor Strike coming out from QZ as he tries to answer back, tries to counter punch and keeps Torb's Hammer in this. Aeon does get that kill onto the Reaper, and we're going to get a Coalescence coming out from XLT, Graviton Surge coming out from the other way, but can Invicta hold on?
This is anyone's fight.
I think the edge is going to go to Invicta here. Late Shatter coming out. It's going to finish off Aeon. We do get JFK coming back on that Lucio. I'm sorry, on that Tracer. Lucio's there, stalls. Well, JFK picks up 2 kills. He's trying to say, make that a third! What have I just seen, Night Stealth? JFK on this Tracer, keeping Torb's Hammer alive.
What a clutch stall.
What a clutch stall.
Lucio staying up. Oh, man. What a turnaround.
That was fantastic.
Everything was invested.
Everything was invested on the side of Invicta, and Torb's Hammer coming up on a couple of tank ults. And yeah, a good early pick onto that Sombra with just 5% left to go.
Even pushing it way before her tank got in. Oh, the pressure is getting to the main tank as he just runs in front of a Shatter.
The Coalescence was there, but not enough to keep that team alive. And Torb's Hammer is going to emerge victorious here. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Death Blossom coming out onto the point. He's going to find 2 with that Death Blossom. And now the heals are there. The Moira's there with an orb to keep him topped off. And PogChamp has made a liar out of me. Invicta has come right back in and stolen this thing. And wow. They will take map 1 in a 1-0 lead here in our captain's game.
It never really is over, isn't it?
Whew.
It never ends.
Never, you know, can't count either of these teams out apparently. My goodness.
It is never over until the game says it's over.
It's not over until the fat Torb sings. That's what they say. Well, that Torb picked up a few kills there, but it was Invicta coming away with a map point. All right.
Or until the Reaper tells everyone to die, whatever comes first.
Whichever comes first. All right, we'll be back with map 2 in just a few moments. Y'all don't go anywhere. Really appreciate the support, y'all. Means the absolute world to us here. All right, with that all said, done. Let's head to jolly old England.
We gotta make sure we get some subs first.
Oh yeah. What's going on with our subs here?
I'm seeing take Ford out for Kilo.
Oh, very good, very good. And then we did have a Branch come in for Princess for Team Invicta. That was in the off-tank role, but we'll see if they keep that going. With the nature of this match here tonight, they've kind of jumping around roles a little bit. You never know with this meta. It seems like anything is possible right now. And you were talking that there's another dev update that was announced? Some stuff coming out tomorrow?
Yes! Yeah, Jeff released in the dev update today about the introduction of a actually, no. Well, he didn't say about the leaked event, but he did talk about the experimental card that will be introduced to all platforms, including Nintendo Switch, coming out tomorrow. It's an experimental card that will be testing various 3-1-2 comps, 3 damage, 1 tank, and 2 supports.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Along with that will be the changes to some off-tanks, like D.Va, Zarya, and Roadhog. We currently do not know what those changes will be, as they are only limited to the experimental card, but they are seeming to be more drastic changes that Blizzard wants to implement. So I'm kind of interested to see how it's gonna go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. Well, gates are open here on Kings Row. We got double snipers coming out of Torb's Hammer. As you got Demented Yak up here, trying to find an opening, trying to see if they get things started here. Get an early pick, get the advantage as Hammer is looking to move in up the front line. And taking a lot of damage on that front line, but able to get the final blow on the Super. Kilo coming up
there
with...
comes a snowball.
Yeah.
I have a shield. They're just gonna roll right in on the point.
Yeah, that two-man advantage quickly turned into a positional advantage. Although, Aeon keeping the shield down too long. Yeah, no shield there to defend against Branch. Branch just charged to the heavens.
Zarya's gonna try to frontline.
You can see that
But
97.
it's just not enough time.
Oh, not enough. Not enough. They're trying to stall as long as possible. But unfortunately, that last second death is going to stagger them out. Yeah, this is going to give a lot of ground here to Torb's Hammer.
Well, the Zarya picks off their Lucio somehow. Sneaky.
I think it's more of a moral victory than anything. I'm not sure it's going to buy them really anything.
All charge really. Made in China really fell behind on the all charge department after swapping off of Soldier.
Now with the rest of the team, it does look like Invicta with a slight ult advantage here, as they do have that Graviton Surge online. We're going to have Dragons and Graviton coming up from the offense as well, as Torb's Hammer trying to push up street space here. They're going to go ahead and drop the Grav Dragons in, but the Coalescence is there. Not a single person died. Salty Irishman ever not only keep the team alive, but find himself some picks. And Invicta making a stand here on defense.
So the juice really comes out to Black Rose with the Valkyrie. That was insane amount of healing along with Moira's heal orb and just passive healing.
Yeah, it was great.
Really just out-healed Dragon Strike, which is not something that really
a
lot of things in the game can do.
Yeah, you don't see that very often at all. Now we've got Earthshatter's online for both teams. Aeon's going to go ahead and throw his down first. Not seem to find much. We're going to get counter charges coming out. And once again, Salty Irishman coming up with a good final blow. As Invicta
caught on her arch nemesis, the grass. Got caught trying to get in the door. Just couldn't get in.
We get the foliage MVP here. Not quite. Maybe seventh man.
Oh, Ryan going way forward. Didn't see the ride.
That was an early shatter coming out. They do manage to find Echo still with him. They're going to get that kill, but they lose Made in China in the process. So 5-on-5 here on the objective. Demented Yak with a nice shot. Takes out Made in China.
Like really risky with only 100 health. But he does not care. He's going in his face. Oh, but he pays for it.
Yeah, and Aeon's going to go down. That was a great pick onto Made in China, though, because that Sombra had the EMP in her pocket. Now Super countering back. Oh, man, it is an absolute back and forth here on this objective. They are going to get the res onto Super, who went down, trying to get the kill onto that Lucio with that big charge.
Now, even though it is an even fight, the advantage is on Torb's Hammer because they got the respawns.
Well, they went in through both tank ultimates in. Yeah, Earthshatter just found Branch, but they are able to get the kill onto that Zarya. Super dropped his well during that engagement. And Torb's Hammer back in control here on Streets phase of Kings Row.
That's the downside of defense on Kings Row. The respawns take forever. If you lose anyone, it's just such a detriment.
Well, especially on that end of point B. End of point B on any
Yeah.
of these hybrids, you end up with just such a long run back time.
Yeah. But now the run back is going to be pretty long for either way. Staggers cannot be afforded. EMP comes out, gets 4.
Graviton Surge coupled with it. Soundbreaker does come out from Echo still, and he's able to keep a couple members alive. And is, in fact, Torb's Hammer coming up with the kills and lighting up that feed. What a great play coming out of Echo still, able to keep the team alive through both of those ultimates. Dodging the EMP, and then dropping that Soundbreaker into the Graviton Surge. And Torb's Hammer able to pick up 2 points on the board.
Strong counterplay with the beat drop. Trying to avoid EMP, especially from a Sombra that knows what she's doing. This can be very scary.
Well, look at these ults now. Invicta with nothing there to defend. They've got to find a way to stave off this aggression here. Aeon's going to be coming up on an Earthshatter here shortly. He's 90%
They're
and
trying to play the shield.
yeah,
Trying to burn it down. As Zarya's charged. Going for the flank shatter potentially.
hey, he's got it.
4.
He gets 4 with it, and immediately he's going to find 2, make that 3 kills. Both the healers are down. No more support standing on the side of Invicta. And it is just clean up from here as Aeon is swinging for the fences. They got nobody pushing that cart, though. Great team play, great team fight win.
They could have capped that. They could
Yeah.
have totally capped it.
They were sleeping on that cart and weren't able to push it forward as much as they should have. Well, now we're going to get Coalescence coming back out from Victors. They're looking to come back and recontest. Here comes
trying
the
to make
Earth
the
Shatter.
Another shatter.
Yeah,
It whiffs.
neither able to get much value out of those ultimates. Neither Earth Shatter are finding much, and it is just an absolute slugfest here on point. QZ absolutely.
Got Deadeye. Pops it out.
Oh, it finds 2 more. It is QZ just pop it off here on the end of the point.
Oh man.
Slow down, cowboy. Slow down. He said no, he's not slowing down. Torb's Hammer pushing it in there with 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Excuse me.
That one does not care what Big Ben says. He knows the time, and he's always right. He's here to dish out punishment.
Yeah, QZ
Excellent
coming up
cleanup.
huge. Yeah, huge cleanup coming out of that McCree.
Especially after that sketchy abandonment of the payload. Kind of burned a couple seconds off the clock, but I think they just really wanted to put on a show for us.
And you gotta love the aggression coming out of both teams. You know, kind of a no holds barred kind of scenario, but in a fun way. In a let's just
Definitely.
charge, throwing caution into the wind. Let's go swinging. Gotta love it.
Ready for battle.
Well, now we're gonna get Invicta going on the offense here. See if they can match the time. Torb's Hammer put on the board. The bar has been set.
Attackers incoming in 30
Looks like Torb and his hammer coming out with the Ryan Zarya once again. QZ sticking on that McCree, and we are going to get to their mascot hero. The Torbjorn is on the playing field.
I do want to see. I do see a Nanoblade on the side of Invicta. This could get interesting.
This could get interesting. Hey, I told you earlier, PogChip said that Genji, that's his go-to. So we'll see. We'll see if the Nanoblade serves them well. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it in
Interesting.
action.
It's interesting to see the double main heal on the side of Invicta. 'Cause this, on the defense, the Grav and Shatters were just giving them so much trouble.
Yeah, I'm surprised to not see a good defensive ultimate in there. Oh, and
Oh,
they lose their Ana early, and that is going to put a big halt on this aggression, I think.
but well, the one benefit of 2 power heals is if one goes down, you don't necessarily lose the utility,
Main trying
especially
to,
with quick respawns.
Main trying to the back line there, trying to get some work done. Just following the McCree around at this point.
One benefit of a grandma with a gun is that she's able to come back quickly and support from range. Although they do pick up the Genji.
Yeah, the Genji goes down, and eventually goes down as well. Gotten whittled down to absolutely nothing. Made for quick pickings there for QZ on the McCree. And with those 2 opening picks, Torb's Hammer holding strong here. Main China still just lurking in that back line. Decided to finally open. Oh, just barely able to locate out with literally 1 health left. My goodness.
Oh man. A little too close to call here. Both Zarya's coming up with Grav. Kilo's gonna get it first. What if he's gonna pull the trigger first? Deadeye coming up on
QZ
the...
dropping off. Yeah, it's Deadeye coming from the high ground and finds Black
Gets a Moira.
Rose.
Or Ed actually. Oh.
They went
Oh,
ahead.
that was-
They invested 3
that was a lot.
ultimates, but yeah, I mean, they get the team fight win there, and that's what matters in the moment. And on the other side of things, they pick off Black Rose super early, who is struggling to keep up with PogChamp on that Nano. So they're going to have to wait,
Definitely.
just another fight to try to wait for that Ana to build up towards that Nano boost and get that blade out. And with that big early pick, that denied it coming out in that previous engagement. So good plays coming out of this McCree once again. QZ on fire here today in our captain's game.
Definitely. I think what I might see is the game plan here coming up. EMP to. Oh, it's a 6-man EMP. It doesn't even matter.
And
never
the
mind.
Shatter was with it. They're not even going to have to put the Nano on this blade.
They did it anyway. Style points.
Where did the Nano go? They didn't Nano the Genji.
Did they?
No.
Oh, they made Nano to Zarya.
They made it into the Zarya. It was not on the Genji. I did not see where the Nano went.
Torb gets staggered too. What I was gonna say is they might try to bait Peatrock because he was close to it, but never mind. They just pulled the trigger on it before he was even ready.
Well,
Cat caught all 6 of them.
Invicta did just throw everything in the kitchen sink at him in that one. I think they got a little mad. Like, everybody press
True.
Y and press Y now. They do still have that Graviton Surge here as the battle is going on around Bookstore here.
The question is, will this come back to fight them?
Well, they're going to go ahead and throw Graviton Surge and Coalescence out early. They do find the
What
kill
the
onto
player?
Aeon. So they have a one-man
No
advantage.
follow up.
Yeah, they spent 2 ultimates just to get that 1 kill. And they're
They
slowly
did
pushing
get a
up.
shatter out of it.
Yeah, they did get Aeon Shatter out, didn't they?
Yeah. Margaret, no juice left off the call out. This might get risky as they're still really pushing in with their tanks weak.
Yeah, and no ultimates to boot. And you've got 4 of them online, and here comes that Graviton Surge. Coalescence is coming out from Torb's Hammer as well, and they melt
they're
through
back.
them like a hot knife through butter. Invicta with a quick trip back to spawn, courtesy of Kylo Pepsi.
That might have been a communication issue because the second Moira starts running out of heals, that's the second they back off because they were playing way too aggressive with Moira not being able to support their team. Even with Deanna, it wasn't enough.
And I'm all about throwing caution into the wind, but that one definitely came around to bite him in the butt here.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they've risked so much progress. They had that choke lined up. All they had to do was just reset, get their cooldowns oriented, and then they could have probably pushed a fight until they got ultimates.
Super coming back in. They're going to go ahead and throw Coalescence out early on this side of Invicta as they're trying to push this thing around this corner, but they're going to have to deal with that Molten
It's a flank
Core
Noon.
as well as a flank High Noon. They do get the kill onto QZ, but not before he's able to pull the trigger, and their healers are dead. Invicta, that assault has been shut down. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board. 2 minutes on the clock here on Kings Row.
And Blade coming up online along with EMP. Shatter's been on the board for a while. Kind of interesting to see where they go with this. They have nothing to stop this either on the side of Torb's Hammer.
Yeah, they invested in sound barrier in that previous engagement. Oh,
they're just
6-man
going in.
EMP,
Oh, 6 of them
6-man Shatter. Are they going to even need to invest the blade? They're going to go in and swing it, and
Oh,
2
they're
kills come
saving
through. Yeah, the tanks of Torb's Hammer are already down. And back to spawn they go. With that,
There's no way they bring this back. Lucio's just stalling for his life, trying to burn as much time off the clock.
yeah, while the rest of his friends just beat a very quick retreat back into point C. They're able to eat up some clock time, but in the end, Invicta will get that second point on the board.
Definitely. With Nano Blade, they have a lot of follow-up along with the grab. Coalescence is coming up online for Invicta. Or, not for Invicta, for Hammer.
Yeah, and Hammer has both of their tank ultimates online as well, but as you just mentioned, they
And
do
here
have the
they
Nano
come.
Blade here on the side of the offense, but we are going to get that Graviton Surge and the Coalescence out early. Countergraph came out from the other side, but to no avail. It was not enough to counterpunch back, despite Super with the moral victory kill onto his counterpart Reinhardt. It is Torb's Hammer coming away with the win in that engagement.
Definitely. Forals still on the side of Invicta.
We do have...
But Lucio's ult on Hammer's side about to come up. Could cause some problems for this Nano Blade.
Yes, indeed, and they're going to have Deadeye as well as that Molten Core online and ready to go to help fend it off.
Them.
Oh, and PogChamp does drop that blade. The Nano is there. That is 3 kills right in the back line. 1 healer, 1 tank, 1 DPS. All sent back to spawn, courtesy of PogChamp's blade. Super follows up with another kill. PogChamp does eventually go down, but man, did he buy himself a lot of space for his team.
That was, yeah, very, very well executed. They do have Shatter coming out the gate here. Trying to closes, and they don't get anything with it.
Yeah, the Shatter hit nothing but a bubble. Torb's Hammer coming back. Demented Yak swapping over to that Reaper so they can put some pressure on here at the end of point C. Stall this thing out. 80 seconds on the clock. Oh, our Shatter comes out. Super goes down. Branch goes down. They lose their Moira as well. Demented Yak, have a nap. You've done some work there, sir. You earned a good nap.
Now the pressure's on Invicta. If they don't get this time, oh, the Sombra tried the back door. Oh, and it's gonna bite her. Oh, no, it's not actually. She got away.
Just barely able to escape out of there.
Oh. She did stall the cart long enough to just keep it where it is. Gonna help out a bit.
Build up towards that EMP as well. Early Hat coming out onto Aeon to open up this last engagement. 40 seconds on the clock. And that's a huge pick. Coalescence coming out from Invicta as well as they look to push in. Countercharge coming in. But push the Reinhardt forward. Now we are going to get that nano boost coming out onto the Zarya.
Oh, just High Noon.
The High Noon got Pogship out of his blade. Out of his nano blade. What a great play, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Branches in there going to ham. Oh, but Demented Yak. Demented Yak on this Reaper. Goes back in, drops the Death Blossom, and that is going to spell doom for this assault. Only 10 seconds on the clock. I don't know if Invicta can get back to touch.
This dude's going to try something.
4 seconds. He's there.
He touched.
He got the touch.
Touched within 3 seconds. But this is just a stall game now. For some form of stability that is likely not going to happen.
More Avides are fitting on the point. Earthshatter does come out, but finds just the Zarya. That Moira does go down. Yeah. Yak is going to find the kill onto Made in China as well, and that is going to do it. Torb's Hammer have tied us up. It is 1-1 going into halftime.
Play of the game.
Once again, it's only appropriate. Once again, we get a Torbjorn play of the game.
From Torb's Hammer, mind you.
Well, of course.
How fitting.
How fitting indeed. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with map 3 in just a few moments. Welcome back, my friends. We're headed into map 3 of our Tier 3 Captains game. This, of course, is a matchup with all the different captains from around the Tier 3 scene coming together, grouping up, and brawling it out here in our one-night best of 5. We are headed to Rialto for map 3 this evening. Let me get that fixed on the screen there for you. There we are. We're at 1-1 here so far. Torb's Hammer starting us off with a little Rein Zarya once again here on Rialto. As the gates are open, we are seeing Rein Zarya coming out of the offense as well. Pogship back onto that Genji. Love seeing me some Cyber Ninja. This will be interesting. Going into that McCree Doomfist could be very difficult. As you can see, JFK already in the back line trying to make trouble. He ate himself a sleep dart. Barely able to escape out of there. Meanwhile, it's Invicta there, yeah. Oh, and they're able to get the pick onto JFK, but they lose their Ana in the process. So I believe it is still a 4v4 here on the objective, of course, that massive respawn advantage for the attacking team here. Yeah, Invicta going in, throwing that Coalescence in. And they have cleaned up and claimed this courtyard as their own. Pushing this thing right along. They've also got an Earthshatter in their pocket, ready to go. Don't forget the cart, guys. Oh, and there's those precious few seconds. Those precious few seconds. Oh, but Aeon just immediately runs in and it gets evaporated. Yeah, the DPS line for Torb's Hammer answering back. They'll get some revenge kill for their main tank going down. They were not happy about their German friend hitting the dirt, and they came back with a vengeance. Coalescence coming out from Torb's Hammer as well, and it looks like they are able to stabilize here on the defense.
Bad guys, kids. Much better.
Yeah, he's definitely back there lurking. Well, and he's 97 towards that Blade. I don't think he's worried about the card so much. He's just trying to get that ultimate build up. Nano Boost is online, ready to go. Blade's online, ready to go. Coalescence comes out from Invicta as they open up this engagement. And the Blade is coming out as well. Nano Boost, they opt not to nano the Blade, and he goes down. I didn't even see where the nano went. The DPS lineup of towards Hammer able to hold strong. They survived the Graviton Surge, survived the Blade. Well, and I wonder if the Genji didn't die as he was trying to get nanoed there while that Blade was active. Got punched by that Doomfist. Anyway, you slice it, Invicta's coming back with no ultimates in the bank. And just 70 seconds on the clock. Graviton Surge coming out from the defense. Oh, what a meteor strike!
60 seconds remaining.
Huge play coming out of JFK as he just squishes them into the dirt. It is indeed. It is indeed. A big play is coming out of that Doomfist. Yeah, opening things up, and Aeon with the Shatter coming out the other side, manages to find a couple with that. We are going to get the Deadeye coming out from Yak, and it finds two! He does pay for it with his life, and it is a 4v4 here on the objective. Aeon able to get the better end of the Reinhardt duel as Branch falls with the Earth Shatter in his pocket.
Get into position. 10 seconds remaining.
And there's only 5 seconds left on the clock. That is unfortunate. They were not able to get those Grav Dragons off, and that is going to spell doom. This is as far as Invicta is going to get.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Yeah, big plays, big plays. And I thought they had the opening there. I thought Invicta might have had an opening there, but they lose Princess early. Holding that Earth Shatter, and then, like you say, they're not able to get those Grav Dragons off. Great hold coming out of Torb's Hammer here on the defense. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Ready for battle.
Rada caught that. It looked like it, perhaps
Attackers
should have gotten 3 or 4
incoming
and only
in
found
30
2.
seconds.
No, looking for a big full hold here. And they coming out swinging. They mean business here.
Attackers incoming.
Double shield of Bastion in the lurks. Of course, Torb's Hammer coming out with a Torbjorn, which I'm happy to see. You got JFK on the Widowmaker on this far left side, flanking around. See if they can open things up, perhaps find a kill onto that Bastion. Kilo does find first pick. And that's going to be a one-man advantage here for Torb's Hammer on the offense as they slowly try to push this thing around the corner. And the Baptiste gets picked off. JFK looped around. And Torb's Hammer at full control here. Using that Reinhardt hammer to great effect. Actually a sword, I guess it is. Kind of a sword spear. Oh, and the Lucio can't. Nope, Lucio couldn't quite get back to contest. And Torb's Hammer just strolls through. Gets the map point and a 2-1 lead here in our matchup.
Play of the game.
Meteor strike.
Double.
Dog.
Triple kill.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Team kill.
Oh, welcome back, my friends. We are headed into map 4 of our Tier 3 Captain's game here tonight. And the winners have chosen Rialto. Torbshammer, I'm sorry, have chosen... we just did Rialto. The winners of Rialto have chosen Blizzard World. We're just headed right back there. They loved it so much, we had to play it twice.
Welcome to Blizzard World.
Ah, Blizzard World. Oh, let's see, we're gonna get...
Initiating match.
Blizzard's good old take on. I think this is supposed to be Disneyland or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of supposed to be like a, oh, what are the Universal Studios kind of thing? Where they are
Yeah.
themed. Well, and of course now you have the Star Wars theme park. Apparently they released a Mario theme park in Japan, which I would love to go to.
Yeah, I want. There's a Mario Kart like ride. I want to like.
That
go
would be
on a-
so
sounds
awesome.
awesome.
That would be so awesome. Dude, I would kill to go to this theme park. This looks like a ton of fun.
My favorite part about the map is just all the little references to everything that Blizzard's done. Like you see the Hearthstone and the spawn area. You see the other games that they've made. Most of that I haven't really played myself, but it's got a lot of detail compared to a lot of other maps.
Attackers.
As
Oh, and-
far as
and-
like just a little hidden Easter egg goes.
An absolute ton of detail embedded into this map. And I've played Blizzard games for a long time, and I don't recognize a lot of the stuff.
I only know Hearthstone. I played a little bit. Card games are really not my deal. It's not like card strategy. So
I understand.
5,
it was fun though. It's not my cup of tea, I guess, for the most part.
1.
See a tracer coming out of. What side is it?
Say it's all fun and joy out there in the roller coasters. Back here on the ground, it is war and mayhem. Yeah, we're getting Tracer out of the offense coming out of Torb's Hammer. We're getting a little May and some Reinhardt Sigma coming out of the defense with a Torbjorn there for Team Invicta. An interesting May Torb.
Ooh, getting right in the action with the Lucio speed. Hammer is on point. They're ready to rock.
Yeah, they're
There's
not
a May on the side.
not wasting any time. And AI gets frozen and removed by
frozen.
that Torbjorn.
Oh, sorry, it gets 2. Make that 3.
Oh, and Kilo!
Make that 4. Oh, the 4 tracer gets cleaned up by the tracer. Moira is weak.
Kilo comes back in with the Vengeance JFK there to help clean up as well, getting that kill onto that Mercy. And Torb's Hammer really threatening this thing, despite the good early start coming out of the defense. They have bounced right back. The 2 DPS, and then Kilo on that Zarya. Really doing some work.
Kilo just wiping out half the team. That's not only good for the point, but it's good for the grav. Already 87.
I will say there was a slight gentleman's agreement of no May. So
Yeah, I see that.
Invicta brought out that May, and then I think it angered
Swap
Torb's
the
Hammer a little bit. You know, they got a little mad. All right, now Torb's Hammer coming back in. Kilo with that grab about online. We've got a Pulse Bomb as well as Coalescence here for the attacking team. They're slowly making their way in. Moira's trade in, and Super gets the better into Aeon. He gets killed before he's able to get that hammer down. That ultimate interrupted and wasted.
Just off the windup. Sorry, it gets stuck on the door.
Yeah, they're just going to pursue that Zarya. Kilo hunted down by 4 members of Team Invicta there. And then a late...
3-man shatter.
later shatter.
He's in here.
They do manage to get the kill onto the Lucio. The late kill onto Aeon.
That's CGFK on the Sombra Translocator. Oh, she's back. Oh, he gets her.
Oh, good play. Good play coming out of JFK there. Salty trades back, though, and it's a 5v5 back here on the objective. Of course, that respawn advantage is going to favor Torb's Hammer here, as well as this massive ult advantage they have going on. And here come the Draft Dragons. Right over the point.
Pulse bomb.
JFK sneaking in that bomb. He's like, nope, I don't want you to have the kills. Those are my kills. Oh, what the big res coming in the back line. Black Rose coming through with the gutsy res onto Super right on the cart there. Oh, in the end, they do both go down. And Torb's hammer
Kind of
has.
just fed more charge in there. Kind of. But it's all good fun.
Indeed, indeed. The aggression from
More
Torb's
surprised he
hammer.
got the res.
Yeah, they're serving him well here. On the side of the defense, though, Invicta is coming back with some ultimates in their pocket. They're going to have that Gravitic Flux. Torb's Molten Core coming out as we speak. Dueling
Just
Coalescence.
around to the point.
Yeah, trying to claim some position here. See if they can start controlling the flow of this battle. Oh, but Earthshatter comes out from the
gets
other
interrupted.
side. Yeah, that big Earthshatter coming out. Aeon picking up 3 kills. Kilo picking up 1, as well as interrupting that res. Tank Line able to push this thing home. Over 4.5 minutes on the clock here for Torb's hammer.
They keep rolling them like this, they're gonna have an insane time bank for a map like this. It's such a big map. Having a really good time bank is something you really could use,
Yeah, not something you see very often in Blizzard World, for sure.
especially with the immense amount of high ground and how long it really takes to capture each point. Tracer gets picked off. Here comes the aggression.
And you have
Sigma's
PogChamp
gonna pop his
waiting
ult.
for him.
Gets 4.
Oh, and PogChamp waiting in the back to deny this retreat. The Gravitic Flux able to find the kill on 2 of them. Super's going to follow up and find that kill onto the counter Ryan as well. And now it is just a lone Moira standing here for Torb's hammer.
Wonderful stop, and that's the momentum they really needed after getting shut out at point B.
Do we have JFK with this Pulse Bomb online for the offense? As he's sneaking around to that back, trying to look for something, look for a healer, look for a squishy, anybody vulnerable he can use, drop this bomb onto. Meanwhile, back on the front line, here comes an Earthshatter. It finds Aeon, and that Pulse Bomb lands in the back, though. The Pulse Bomb finds the Torbjorn as well as that Sigma. Coalescence comes out from the defense, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. They are able to get that res off with a little help from the Valk. As that ultimate was used from Black Rose on that
The
Mercy.
shields are here.
Yeah, and it's
Oh, but it don't matter.
Torb's hammer
So
in
much
full
pressure.
control. Yeah, they are absolutely dominating this space. As they have set the pace for this battle. And they are in a good position to have a great time bank and finish up Blizzard World.
Yeah,
Oh,
he is
PogChamp
ready.
he's trying to come in with it. It might be a little late.
He gets 3, but he's not on the cart.
And there's no follow-up there. The Sigma drops. The Moira drops as well as the Mercy. No heal standing. And Invicta will give this thing up. 2:45 on the clock for Torb's hammer as they push this thing home.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
It's a
They're-
promising defense on the start out point C, and it's got wiped back from just
I was-
overextending.
I was just thinking the same thing. You know, they started off looking good there in that final point, but they were not able to fend off the aggression. JFK on that Tracer, opening things up big with that huge Pulse Bomb. And they were
I think they
never
just
able to really
ditched it.
recover after that.
And I think they just ditched the grab drag and grab pulse bomb, which just worked out immensely for them. Now with a very, very big uphill battle for Invicta, they've got to really roll them back. Otherwise, we might be going to a map 5.
Battle.
Oh, it is Torb's hammer on match point here. Don't let the color swaps fool you.
True.
If Torb's hammer can hold, if they can put up a good hold here, Torb's hammer will end this thing.
This color is so difficult.
Man, it took me so many times to get used to it, to really train my brain to watch out for it.
I honestly, it might be better if I just look at the individual players. They have the team above them.
Well, I have the benefit of having the stream open in front of me, so I can kind of glance down and see team names.
Oh, true. Yeah, actually, that helps that a bit.
It does indeed. But we are getting Invicta on the offense. See if they can answer back here, put up a comparable time, send us into extra innings. In that vein, they're gonna field a little D.Va. First time we've seen D.Va here tonight.
Yeah, for how much she's been like oppressive in the meta, it's kind of surprising that we're only seeing her now.
Well, I think once we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, we're getting into a little bit more meta picks. We started off, I think, with just more people on their comfort picks and fun picks.
Yeah.
And now those competitive spirits are showing through. So we get Invicta
Speaking of
working around.
wacky picks, they have a Zen on the side of Hammer.
And the Zen finds the
Get
kill
that.
onto
He
that
gets 2.
Doomfist. Finds 2 kills. Bika Ross on the Zenyatta. Getting some kills with our favorite Omnic. And Torb's Hammer holding strong here in the first attack.
Kind of just eats the turret, not the most optimal position.
Now-
He's trying to find a place to put it.
Aeon did go down during that engagement, but it does look like they're going to get their Reinhardt back on the field of battle before Invicta can start this next push. So we are back at a full 6v6 here for the defense. Invicta circling
Like they are
around
gonna
through
go
Griffin.
all the way around.
Yeah, they're taking the scenic route here. All the way through Mega, all the way to the back.
They're trying to avoid that choke. They're trying to turn the offense back on them.
We'll see if it works for him. They do have Pogship positioned right above with that Reaper. He's going to try to drop in, see if he can handle the backline, but he's got
Give
that
them more
turret to
flank
worry about.
options.
He does get the kill onto Torb, but they lose so many in the process.
Reaper got 2 picks, but it just was not enough. The front line already toppled.
No, and they did manage to get a couple ultimates out of Torb's Hammer there, but I think that's about the only victory they could pull away. Now, there is a small window here. If Invicta can quickly regroup and put some pressure back on this point, I think they can get there with the man advantage.
Oh, with the second team kill for Invicta today, it's give them a lot of pressure to actually get them back up on the front line. Get them some ultimates. Oh, I want to pick on the Ana, but the shatter is massive.
Oh, but the shatter is huge, but the transcendence is there. Bika Ross right there with his ultimate in tow. Nobody going, and there is our hammer kill coming out of Torb's Hammer. That's what we wanted to see from that team. Oh, Pogship is not going to roll over and die. Yeah, he threw a Death Blossom in, and that found several kills there for Invicta. He does pay for it with his life.
So much damage.
Oh,
Oh, another turret kill. Oh, he got a bubble.
he gets a hammer kill with just a speck of life left. Salty Irishman does eventually take him out, and there's nobody sitting on point. A single Graviton Surge, I'm sorry, a duo Graviton Surge coming out as Kilo is the lone member.
Team time. I mean, it works. The team's able to regroup. They
Night
can't get on the
Stealth,
point.
this has been an absolute clown fiesta here on Point A Blizzard World. That was some fun stuff we just saw there. And now the Reinhardts are going back hammer to hammer, face to face. As the aggression
Torb
continues.
one off the punch.
Super
Oh, he catches the
drops.
Zen. Oh, he dies to the turret though. But I think he bought his team enough space. They should definitely cap this.
I was about to say, as the smoke settles and the dust clears, Invicta finally able to pick up this first point. My goodness, what did we just see? That was not the cleanest Overwatch I've ever seen, but man, that was entertaining.
Oh yeah. I don't know what's more funnier, the fact that the fact that they went all the way around just for Reaper to get 2 kills on the first push, or that the Torb ended up getting just as many kills with his hammer.
Oh,
Oh,
catch him right as he falls back
but it's a
down.
good
Aeon with the big shatter, but they're able to stay alive on the side of Invicta, and then they counter punch back, Super dropping a better shatter, and they're going to couple that with a nice dead eye. Oh, Pogchimp right there. He does eventually fall to the turret.
gets him. As it seems to be a common trend lately.
But Pogchimp, he
turret.
manages to pick up a 4K before falling to our twin-gunned friend down there.
We might as well just say this game's a 7v6 if the Torbs is just appearing, because this turret has done so much.
He's coming in with the flying Molten Core as JFK trying to come back and put a stop to this
Breaks the space,
assault.
isolates the Lucio.
And QZ comes up with a kill, dropping his Deadeye as well. And with that just crazy top rope aggression, Torb's Hammers actually found themselves a 2-man advantage here. And they're pushing the likes of Invicta all the way back. Super's going to drop, and Torb's Hammer is stabilized.
QZ playing a godly trade game right now, getting two or 3 picks before even going down himself. He might die, but he takes almost half the team with him every single time.
Yeah, he's nutty on that McCree,
Outstanding.
and that is his chosen hero. When asking these players about their favorite heroes, that was his hero of choice once he feels like he has the biggest impact. And we have seen QZ absolutely show up on that Cowboy here today, putting that 6-shooter to
looking for a
good
bomb.
use. Yep, Diva
Starts
Bomb
firing.
flying in. Oh, and the pin! The pin
Pin's
perfectly
alright.
timed, and Aeon cannot do anything about that bomb. Pogchimp able to pick up a kill onto the Moira as well, and a
And
large...
Diva.
Yeah, a large supply of the
Guns may
healing
not be
gone.
massive, but they do so much damage.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
They
Princess...
increase fire rate.
Payload has reached the
Princess able to help Team Invicta finally get that second point on the board there. In the back of a great
We'll have
bomb,
less
and then
time.
2 kills following it up.
For Team Invicta, this needs to be a roll. If they lose any time on this, they may be looking at forcing a tie.
Well, they do have PogChamp going around to that back line, trying to see if he can find a sneaky Deadeye here on the flank. He's got a McCree and a couple of supports in his sight. Main trying to open
That's a
things
good
up with a
block.
good pick. Here comes the Deadeye. The Deadeye right in the back and finds 2! And that whittled Aeon down to nearly nothing. They're able to find that final blow. Comes in and gets the kill onto Kilo. PogChamp showing up. Says QZ is not the only good cowboy around here.
And in that time, that got the Ryan Shatter and potentially might get Nano if this fight gets messy enough.
The Reddit flank McCree showing up in a big
But they
way.
have... There is 4 ults on the side of this defense. This is by no means over yet.
No, JFK on that Reaper already pushed up and taking care of the Widowmaker and a one-man
the
advantage
Diva.
coming out. Graviton Surge from the defense as well. 2 kills following through. They do lose their Zenyatta, but that is going to be
The Diva gets
it.
blindsided. The Diva gets blindsided by the Reaper in the back line. Doesn't block the Grav.
Oof.
Uh,
What good
hate to see
play.
it.
Good timing coming out. You're dead if you do, dead if you don't.
60
You either
seconds
got to
remaining.
take care of that Reaper shooting you in the back or face off that Graviton Surge. Now, the good news for Invicta is they Torp's Hammer used 3 ultimates during that, and JFK's going to go ahead and swap over to that Tracer as well.
His Bomb Shatter may be coming in. I think he's looking for it.
He's definitely looking for it. See that bubble coming out early onto that Reinhardt,
Shatter
and there's
actually
the
becomes
Shatter.
closer.
Bomb and Nano used. And that the Transcendence is there. BK right on top of things with a perfectly timed Transcendence. And nobody from Torm's Hammer has been sent back to spawn just yet. In fact, it is Super Haddock.
They push
That
into
is,
the Transcendence. That's gonna hurt them.
and the counterpunch is there. Torm's Hammer just bouncing right back and putting the pressure right back on top of Invicta. And with just 13 seconds on the clock, we are in major
There's a
desperation
sneaky
time.
Junkrat. Oh, he gets spotted. Oh, he gets killed for it.
Yeah, JFK able to handle the flank on the Junkrat. Invicta does manage to get that ball
Uh,
onto the
that
point.
Might be overtime.
Oh,
Just
the
a buffer
ball not
seconds.
able to trigger overtime. I don't believe it. Torm's Hammer.
Was this at 3.1? Oh no.
Oof. Torm's Hammer able to hang on
Of the game.
despite the best efforts of Super Haddock here. And this is that big flank coming out of PogChamp with the 4K, if not a 5K, but it was a 4K, yep.
Just letting the big man swing.
Well, man, that was a fun match. That was an absolute blast. Torm's Hammer are your victors here today, but really everybody's a winner. This was meant more to pull the community together. This is not so much bragging rights here, despite what our players may be saying in chat right now. This is more about the Tier 3 community coming together. You got some teamwork, making some new friends, working alongside people that you may have only seen as rivals or may not have even known. And I enjoyed every second of it. Big
Definitely.
yeah, big thank you to B. Karas for putting this on. Absolute blast. Thank you to all of our Tier 3 captains for participating. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, my friends, for showing up and hanging out with us. Big apologies for our technical difficulties in the beginning, but I appreciate you bearing with us and being patient. We made it through. And Night Stealth, most of all, thank you so much for joining me in the booth, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was awesome to watch, especially organized play. It's definitely something I would be down to do again.
Well, you did a great
hoping I
job,
can,
man, and
but-
it was a pleasure casting with you today.
Same for you, man. That was awesome.
Well, I guess that will do it for us. I do believe we will have a Tier 3 showcase next weekend that we are tentatively putting together, so keep an eye on the socials for that. You can follow me at Bullskunk on Twitter. Night Stealth, drop your Twitter handle.
I don't really use Twitter that much, but I do have my own Twitch that I stream on. It is Night_Stealth, my original name. I forgot the password too, so I have an underscore in the meantime. But
Very nice. Well, y'all be sure to go drop Night Stealth a follow as well. In the meantime, y'all remember to look out for each other in game and out as always. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
peace out, everyone.